What's going on, guys? Welcome back. As we often do, we're going to talk about the beautiful, the lovely, nice controversial hits we see in the NHL. And today, I give all the Tampa Bay Lightning fans to waste their energy, go in the comment section, and hate on my thoughts of this one. Featuring Nikita Kucherov, because today, good friend Nikita Kucherov was lighting up the stat sheet, but not in the way he normally does. And before we even start, I'm going to be completely honest because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to hear all the, oh, you're biased type of stuff. Second to Tyler Seguin, Kucherov's probably my favorite player in the league for the past few years now. And yeah, being a Blue Jackets fan, Kucherov or not on the ice, we're blowing this series. It's just what we do in Ohio, all right? I expect that. But here's what I'm thinking is going to happen. The league's going to say that's the Hart winner. We can't remove him from the playoffs. You can't just take one of the best players in the league off the ice, aka what I call the Crosby plea. So Kucherov's going to walk out of here with a fine, and that's probably it. But here's what I think should happen. 2 games minimum. Arguably 3. And now here's why. First off, did you see the hit? Nutivaara was on his hands and knees for literally 2 seconds of game time. I know 2 seconds doesn't sound like much, but in game speed, that's a lot of time. Enough time for Kuch to take, 8 or 9 strides and lay the hit. Not to mention, Kucherov was the one who tripped it. He put him on the ground in the first place. So the idea that this was incidental or unintended is completely out the window. A lot of these hits you can look at, objectively and say, well, he didn't try to hit him in the head, or that was just a normal hit and the guy happened to unfortunately bump him in the side of the head, or da-da-da-da-da. Oh, he didn't try it. He doesn't have a history of doing it, or he does have a history of dirty hits, and yeah, let's suspend him because he does have a history. All that stuff comes into play, right? This one is not the case. I don't care if it looks like he tried to hold up or not. He could have avoided the hit entirely if he wanted to. Fact of the matter is, he laid a potentially dangerous hit on a completely defenseless player, which is suspension worthy in any sport, let alone the sport of hockey. Instantly, though, the first thing people thought of was that Kadri hit from last year's playoffs. Kadri got 3 games. It was a similar hit up against the boards. The player was defenseless. He came in late. And the interesting thing about the Kadri hit is, though, it looked worse. Obviously, the hit looked a lot more vicious and, painful, I guess. I don't know. I didn't get the hit. I can't tell you if it hurt or not. But Kadri's, the funny thing is, you can look at it and say it looked less blatant because the fact of the matter is he didn't have 2 seconds to go up there and make the big hit. He just kind of came in real late and made the hit instantly. Where you look at, that's the interesting thing. You look at the Kucherov thing. Kucherov's in the corner and Nutivaara's on the ice, 10 steps in front of him. He comes charging up there to lay that hit down. It's a lot more blatantly obvious. So it's going to be interesting to see how they compare something like that to the blatantly obviously hit compared to the which hit was, again, more vicious. We know which one that was. That was last year's. But I do want to end this talk with Kucherov's history because that is going to come into play. So let's, first of all, if you watch the 2 games after the first period, I don't even know if they was happy after the first period of the first game, to be honest, because they weren't getting much. These guys are not happy. They are very unhappy lightning bolts right now. Like it's a storm, a severe storm, and Kucherov is not happy. They've been playing frustrated. So, that was definitely in the mind. He was not, was it 4 goals, 3 goals at the time? There was not a lot of happiness when that hit was coming. So to think there wasn't, malicious intent there's that. And then you look at the second thing. You look at Kucherov's history. Do you remember the Kucherov hit on Sammy Vatanen last year, which coincidentally went unsuspended, but it led to a concussion? And to say, you know what, last year you could have played it's Kucherov card, he's not a dirty player. Well, how many times do you give the it's Kucherov, he's not a dirty player card when he does it in back-to-back years? So to say he has a clean slate, I think that'd be ridiculous. I think you have to look at him as not as a Kadri or a Marchand, but you have to, or Tom Wilson if you want to throw him in there, but you have to look at him as a guy that is a quote-unquote repeat offender at this time. And the bottom line, do I think it was some crazy vicious headshot? Absolutely not. No, it wasn't something, he didn't go up there and whack his head off or something like that. But I look at it more as like Ndamukong Suh stomping on a quarterback after he sacks him type of deal here. The guy's clearly defenseless. You came in, you tried to cause bodily harm, whether it was severe bodily harm or just hitting the guy and laying a hit in general, you did it. If you don't suspend a guy for a type of hit like that, I don't know what else to say. That's all I got. Let me hear what you guys have to think about it. Like I said, I really don't think something happens just because that's how the league works. They're not going to do it because it's Kucherov. If that was, I don't know, if that was Sorelli or something, 2 or 3 games easy, but no, it's Kucherov. They're not going to do it. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.